how to become a Web3 developer in 2024. And I really think that is a tricky question because um, what what advice should we give our listeners?
Yeah, well, I can give a couple of advices, like start learning how to code in Web3, and then realize that Web3 is just not coding; it's doing things properly. And we've been talking in all segments of our podcast about how to do things in a bad way and how to do things in a good way. And this is our ethos here. This is our main discussion. This is our main subject: how to do things properly. And you cannot just single that out in a single phrase. You need to learn the Web3 concepts, not just coding, because coding is easy, but the concepts. And doing things the Web3 way is not an easy thing. You have to think in distributed systems. You have to think in distributed everything in order to get there. So you need to learn the foundations.
So, if you want to become, if you are uh, like a regular developer and you want to make the jump to Web3, uh, the first thing that you have to do is to read Bitcoin white paper, read uh, Mastering Ethereum from Andreas Antonopoulos. It's free. Just go to the week to GitHub and read it. Uh, if you want to, you can also read Mastering Bitcoin, but it's not mandatory. It will help you understand what are the differences between the Bitcoin network and the Ethereum network, which are completely different beasts. And really understand what's there, right? It's not just coding in Solidity. It's not just creating contracts instead of apps. Uh, there's a lot of other concepts involved. So you need to understand the problems we are solving. Uh, then uh, you have to understand. Probably you will have to work on a few projects before you uh, have a sense of what's going around. So, what I would suggest is participate in open source, right? When you reach the level where you understand a little bit of Solidity, you understand a little bit of what's involved in developing for Web3. There is a front end, and there is a protocol usually that serves as the backend that runs on the blockchain. Might be or not uh, another backend in the middle, but probably not because we like to do decentralized shit. But there are projects that still use a backend for other reasons. Um, when you understand that, let's just go help out um, other projects in the open source world. You will gain a lot of experience there. You will gain a portfolio of things so that you can use in interviews and stuff like that. You will learn a bunch. Don't go humble. Uh, I think it's one of the biggest advantages of a junior developer joining this space. They are not required to know everything. If you are applying to some job where they require a junior developer to know everything, don't apply. They don't know what they're doing or what they're doing. You will probably learn the wrong stuff there. So uh, don't apply to that. Apply to the ones that treat you as a junior developer, and you will learn a bunch for sure. Uh, but the first step is always to learn, to experiment by yourself, and then joining open source projects and start learning. I know it's hard. You will not get paid during this process, but just imagine that you are investing for the future, for your future, right? And after that, then you can apply to real jobs. Uh, After you have some experience here and there on the open source world, you will have something to show in an interview. And this is a learning process, right? Everyone is learning in this industry. There is no one. I don't know everything. Miguel doesn't know everything. And we are working in this industry for like 8 years already. So it's impossible to know everything. We are explorers. Remember that. And in this process, I also would advise you to get a grasp of security. It's very important in this area. Uh, there are a bunch of ways that smart contracts can be hacked. Um, and it's a very big value for your career if you start thinking about security the earliest you can, right? Junior developers are not required to be experts in contract security, uh, but it's a very strong plus. So if you can dedicate a bunch of your time and search for CTFs that you can do to learn about security, uh, do it. It will pay off big time. Um, we are sharing content about some CTFs. So right now we are solving Ethernet CTF. If you want to follow our series about that, just go ahead. If you want to do it on your own, just go ahead. And if you get stuck in something, just jump to our solutions. And it's a very interesting learning uh, way. It's like a game where you are breaking, uh, stealing contracts and doing interesting things. So I would strongly advise you to go that route because it will be a very big plus. If you know what you're doing and you know how to do it secure, I can bet that you will be in very strong demand in 6 to 1 year from now, because we will be uh, at the end of the bull run and or at the last phase of the bull run, and that's where money just flows into this industry like crazy, and you will be making shitloads of money with your skills. Um, but if you think that this is very hard to accomplish, uh, or if you are not a very uh, savvy developer and you are sure if you want to do all that work, um, another route would be to dedicate yourself to user experience, right? And try to think in different ways to build how to build user interfaces for the regular people so that they don't understand or they don't have to understand what are the internals of a web 3 app. And I think that will be a very strong uh, skill set as well. Not so nerdy as the first skill set, but I really think that the demand will be equally important in this bull run for uh, both roadmaps. So very skilled user experience engineers will be very big demand for building the bull market apps of 2025 or 24 at the end of 24. So um, Miguel,
I
what do
do
you
agree
think about this?
with all of that. Thanks a lot for the advice. I have no further advice from that.
Yeah, this is the roadmap, guys. We need. There will be a bunch of demand for Web3 developers uh, in the near future. So you still have a few months to dedicate to this uh, big objective if you want to become a Web3 developer. And I think it's feasible, right?
Yep.
You just have to focus on the important things. And I really think that the important things are the values of this system, of this industry, which sometimes get confused and even forgotten. So the values of decentralization, permissionless, trustless, um, censorship resistant, uh, transmission of value from one peer to another peer over some form of communication. This is what we are doing. And if you keep those values alive in your mind and study the technologies uh, behind behind that, study out what is developing in EVM compatible chains, what is developing smart contracts in other chains. Why not? The world is not just EVM. There are a bunch of them. If you study what is decentralized storage, for instance, like IPFS and stuff like that, uh, if you put those building blocks together, you will be in strong demand in a few months when things like April or May of next year. So you have a few months to get your head around all those technologies, understand a little bit of everything. Don't rush it, but don't be relaxed because time is very very scarce. So you will have to do it fast. But if you do it, I think you will be in very strong demand, and uh, you will learn a bunch during 2024, and you will probably reach 2025 in a very good shape to really see this skill set pay off. So, yeah, just go for it, guys. This is a very fun place to work. And whenever you get enough understanding of this space and the more you get more confident, launch your own project. Why not? Right? This is permissionless, right? You don't have
Yeah,
to
you don't
ask
need to ask
anybody.
anyone.
You don't need to ask anybody to launch your own project. You just do it because you can. So this is the way to go, guys. It's learning, learning, experimenting,
Yeah.
learning more, and then launch your project and make mistakes in the way, hopefully not big ones, and learning from mistakes and doing more mistakes and learning more. And that's it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I subscribe to that. Yeah. So,
So
okay,
come
we
join
need to
us.
wrap up.
We need more people in this space, and we are waiting for you. So if you like this video, you know what to do.
Yeah, don't
Just
forget to click that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to be notified for more videos. And yeah, you always have our social media there to get to us. Send questions, doubts, whatever you want. And we will try to respond as soon as possible.
exactly. And thanks for joining us on our mission to decentralize the world wisely.
Wisely.
And we'll see you in the next episode, guys.
See you in
Cheers.
the next one.
Bye bye.